Hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Giudice apologizes for timing of asking Trump to release dad. Giudice of the Real Housewives of New Jersey is speaking out and apologizing for the timing she had of her asking President Donald Trump to release her dad. She is hopeful that Trump will pardon Joe Giudice and he will be allowed to come back to the United States. His marriage may be over, but he still wants to be here and with his daughters. Gia spoke to people along with the other stars of Bravo's Next Gen NYC. At this time, she explained that she didn't mean to ask this on the 4th of July and realizes it was bad timing. Gia said, "I apologize for posting that on the 4th of July. I got so much crap for that. I felt so bad." She went on to explain more about why she posted it when she did. Gia said, "I made the video on Thursday, the day before the holiday, and it was more so I didn't want to let my dad down because I told him that the video was done, and when I tell him things, he expects it. Like, an Italian household, it better be done the next day. It better be done right away." In her post, Gia explained she wanted him to get a pardon as a daughter who misses her dad. It wasn't about the fact that he was a celebrity on reality television at all. She just wanted her dad back. Gia's sisters probably want the same thing, and as the oldest it would make sense that she would ask for it. Joe Giudice has been posting on social media as well, asking for a pardon. He isn't the only one though. Tiger King Joe Exotic posts, asking all the time. Todd and Julie Crisley were just released from prison by President Trump. They are hopeful that they will get the same treatment from him, and it could end up happening eventually. Joe isn't spending time in prison at least, but he already did his time. One big thing was that he got deported and isn't allowed to live in the USA now. Are you happy to hear that Gia is apologizing for the timing of her request? Do you think that President Donald Trump should release Joe Giudice? Sound off in the comments below on your thoughts. In a moment that stunned even the most seasoned Bravo fans, the Real Housewives of New Jersey alum Giudice has issued a heartfelt apology regarding the timing of her now infamous plea to former President Donald Trump to intervene in her father's legal case. The apology, posted across her social media platforms on Monday morning, has sparked a wave of reactions, some sympathetic, others skeptical. But beyond the noise, Gia's emotional post gave insight into a young woman caught in the storm of family, politics, and public scrutiny. The post that started it all. Just a week earlier, Gia, now 24, reignited headlines when she took to Instagram and X, formerly Twitter, with a direct message to Donald Trump, urging him to do the right thing and help release her father, Joe Giudice, from his immigration ban. Joe, who served time for fraud and was later deported to Italy in 2019, has been living in the Bahamas and fighting to return to the United States to be closer to his 4 daughters. Gia's post read, "President Trump, please hear us. My father has paid his dues and more. He belongs home with his family. Please grant him a pardon or help us bring him back. #family first, #bring Joe home." What triggered public backlash, however, wasn't the plea itself. It was the timing. Her post came just hours after Trump appeared in court for his ongoing legal troubles, dominating national news. Critics accused Gia of political opportunism and poor judgment, arguing that invoking a controversial figure like Trump during such a chaotic moment was tone-deaf at best. A public apology. Now, days later and clearly reflecting on the reaction, Gia is offering an apology that she hopes will shift the conversation and clarify her intentions. In a lengthy caption under a black and white photo of her and her father taken years ago, Gia wrote, "I want to sincerely apologize to those I may have hurt or upset with the timing of my recent post. I acted out of emotion and love for my dad, not political motive. As someone who grew up with cameras in my face, I've learned to be strong, but I'm still human. I made a mistake, and I own that." She added, "I understand that my message may have come across as inconsiderate given the current political climate. That was never my intent. My only goal has ever been to reunite my family." The post was met with a flood of comments, some praising her maturity, others continuing to question her choice of platform and political alignment. But regardless of the divide, it's clear that Gia's voice still carries weight in the world of reality television and beyond. Teresa Giudice weighs in. As expected, Gia's mother and RHONJ icon Teresa Giudice wasn't far behind in addressing the situation. On her Namaste and Blessings podcast, Teresa defended her daughter's plea, noting, "She's a daughter who loves her father. If people can't see that, then they don't know what it's like to have your family ripped apart." Gia's heart was in the right place. Still, even Teresa acknowledged the backlash. Maybe it wasn't the best moment, we get that, but it came from pain, not politics. Teresa's comments reflected the emotional toll Joe's deportation has taken on the Giudice family. For years, fans watched as the once rambunctious, table-flipping Teresa transformed into a softer, more grounded version of herself, particularly after her prison stint and the unraveling of her marriage to Joe. Joe Giudice responds from the Bahamas. Joe himself released a video message shortly after Gia's apology went viral. Clad in a loose linen shirt and surrounded by palm trees, he spoke to his followers with a mix of gratitude and frustration. "My daughter is a warrior. I never asked her to do any of this. She did it from her heart. I'm proud of her for speaking out, even if the timing wasn't perfect. She's fighting for her dad, and that's something no court can take away from me." Joe then pivoted to a broader message, adding, "I hope people can understand that this is bigger than politics. It's about love, forgiveness, and giving people second chances. A family torn apart, still trying to heal." The Giudice saga has always been about more than lavish parties and Jersey drama. Beneath the designer labels and sharp one-liners lies a family that has endured more than most. Legal battles, public humiliation, divorce, deportation, and somehow through it all, the Giudice daughters have remained bonded, not just to each other, but to their father. Gia, the oldest, has often served as the emotional anchor for her younger sisters, Gabriella, Melania, and Adriana. Her public efforts to bring Joe home began as early as 2019, with tearful interviews and advocacy through Change.org petitions. This recent Trump appeal, while polarizing, was just the latest in a long string of efforts fueled by longing and loyalty.